All right, well, good morning. Soon to be good afternoon, everybody. Great to see everybody here. We have a presentation before we honor our students, but let me congratulate each of our students for being in the room. Each month I say the same thing. We have 6,300 students in our school district and 28 students in here today. And of those 6,300, 6,296 of them are great kids, and we have a few ornery ones. So out of those, so you're one of representing a lot of students in here today, and it's not just about good grades in this room today. It's all about doing what you're asked and being a good leader in our school district, and we really appreciate that. How about giving our students a hand? I want to recognize, and I'll call them up here in a little bit. I'm going to let them go ahead and eat. And by the way, I think we have plenty of food over there, so feel free to go back for second or thirds or fourths. I only ask you to leave one sugar cookie. I want one sugar cookie when I leave here today. So anyhow, plenty of food up there. Help yourself. But we are sponsored each month. This month it's by the Newark Kiwanis group here. We have Marion Royster and Phil Fry sitting back here along, and I'll also point out Mr. Seth Roy, who, is it next year you're the president? Next year will be president, and so I think that means you'll run the Strawberry Fest soon.
Couple of years.
Couple of years, that's part of being a president. So that's why we have a lot of strawberries, and it's a good day to have strawberries for lunch because they'll probably plug that group, but in any event, we'll call them up here in a few minutes. And, but before we do that, we have many programs in our district. We're more than just basketball, marching band, and choir, and all those type of things. And we encourage our students to get active and participate in at least one thing. And some of our students do many things in here. So we bring those groups over. And today we have the swing choir from the high school. And so let's give them a hand as they walk through the room. Mr. Nutt to step up here and take over, but I want to brag on Mr. Nutt a little bit. Last summer we had a very unfortunate, sad incident in our school district that left when Mrs. Wigglesworth passed away, who was a tremendous teacher and ran a choir program that's state known. And that happened to us last summer. And so Mr. Nutt, who was at John Clem Elementary, agreed to step up and take over that as an interim director this year. And boy, the leadership that Mr. Nutt has shown has been tremendous, and we just appreciate that. How about giving Mr. Nutt a hand? We'll say this on a light, just to tell you a little bit about what Mr. Nutt's like. Is so last summer I called him one day just to check on him. You still breathing? You all right? You're not going to bail on me. You're still going to pop up and do that. Well, he was taking a break from the state show choir, or state fair, or the state choir at the fair. And I said, what are you doing? He said, well, we just delivered our baby. So he was at the fair, delivered a third child? Yes. Their third child, and took this program over in all of a week's time. So we appreciate you doing that, by the way. So good man. So I'll turn that over to you.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Mr. Yu. Thanks for having us. The swing choir in front of you are sophomores, juniors, and seniors from Newark High School. This is an audition group, and this is the group we get to travel around and show off the most, and I'm excited to share their talent with you today. We brought some songs from a show we did in the fall and some recent holiday music. So we're going to start with a great old song. I think you have to be a certain age to know it, but this is a great old work song called 16 Tons.
Some people say a man is made out of mud, a poor man's made out of muscle and blood and skin and bones, a mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Do 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 do. will bless my soul. 16 tons, what do you get? Another day over and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Do 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 do. If you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men did it, a lot of men died. One piece of iron, the other of steel.
If the right one don't get you, then the left one will.
16 tons, what do you get? Another day over and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Do 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 do.
Every once in a while, a movie will kind of permeate culture, right? And a movie that's maybe significant or important to people like us in the performing arts, it kind of bleeds out into what we call the non-musical world, and people kind of get a little into it. This happened recently with a musical called Hamilton, which is a hip-hop musical about the founding of our nation, which I'm sure sounds exciting on paper, but it's actually selling out and winning Tonys and amazing things. And that happened a few years ago as well with a movie called La La Land. And so you saw everyday actors taking on musical roles, which isn't unusual, but to do it at the caliber that they've done that. If you've ever seen the movie, by the way, that is Ryan Gosling playing the piano throughout the entire film, which I think is pretty impressive. We brought a song from that show called City of Stars.
City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can see.
Who knows?
First and praise the shed.
But now our dreams finally come true. City of stars,
Just one thing everybody wants.
There in the
bars,
the
crowded restaurants.
It's
love from someone else. A rush,
a dance,
a touch,
a dance, a look in somebody's eyes, to light up the skies, to open the world and send it reeling. A voice that says I'll be here and you'll be alright. I don't care if I know just where I will go, 'cause all that I need is this crazy feeling, a rat-tat-tat on my heart.
think I wanted to stay. City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars.
You never shone so brightly.
The next song was a selection we got to take on tour as we visited some of your buildings over the holiday season right before a break. This is a fun, exciting piece called No Room, No Room.
No room in the inn. No room, no room, Bethlehem. No room, no manger bed. No room,
No room, no room, but there was plenty of room when the shepherds came, yes, plenty of room
when the heavens rang with glory to God
in the highest. and on earth good will to man. No room in the inn, no room, Bethlehem, no room, nature bed, no room, but there was plenty of room for the wise men three, yes, plenty of room.
When on bended knee they
With precious gifts, frankincense and myrrh before the newborn King. No room in the inn, no room, Bethlehem, no nature bed, no room, 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 no room where he could lay his head, no place but a major bed, a major bed. No room in the inn, no room, Bethlehem, no major bed, no room, 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 no room.
When I took over the program and I said, okay, we've got all these great Christmas songs. I've got 5 or 6 picked out, and they're like, no, you don't get to pick Christmas music. We have our songs. And so this song, along with a couple others, were long-standing traditions that Mrs. Wigglesworth did with the swing choir, and even the gal before her did with the choirs here. So they've been great Newark traditions. We didn't bring our props today, I apologize. But this is a song that's about a Christmas tradition that I guess at some point was a good thing, but for us, I just knew it as something you got as Christmas when someone thought of you but maybe didn't like you all too much, and it became the doorstop right around January, mid-January or February. This song is called Fruitcake.
Chocolate cakes and butter cakes and cakes with lots of spice. Layer cakes and angel cakes I think are very nice. But when it comes to Christmas time, can anyone dispute that when you bake a Christmas cake it really should be, surely could be, yes it would be, positively, absolutely, must be made with fruit. Fruitcake? Pecans and walnuts and hazelnuts, almonds and all other crazelnuts. Pecans and walnuts and hazelnuts, almonds and all other crazelnuts.
us and letting us sing a few of our favorite songs.
Hang on a second.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying thank you for having us.
Sorry about that.
No, that's my fault.
Really good. We really appreciate you coming over today. But how many of you are involved in something other than choir? Raise your hand. Here's that young lady. Put you right on the spot. Stand right here on the call print. Tell me who you are, what grade you're in.
My name's Ariana Wimbush. I'm in 10th grade.
What are you doing Saturday night?
We have a game. We have a
Basketball game. So, basketball player, choir member. What else are you involved in?
I played volleyball in the student council as well as key club and a few other teams.
How's your grades?
Always.
All A's. I saw her standing up there. I first saw this young lady at Wilson. She choreographed some of their stuff in middle school. Just kind of caught my eye, along with, did you do anything with STEM?
Not anymore, guys.
What did you do?
I did tree engineering and I became a robotic arm and I started thinking.
Say that to that young lady right there. She's doing that right now, right?
It's really fun.
Yeah. So anyhow, the reason I didn't want to put you on the spot, but I know you can handle that kind of stuff. So shared everything that she does. A straight A student, and these are the type of students that we have in Newark. Great kids that are active in things. I have no idea how you have time to do anything else, but somebody doing your homework for you or something? Not around, but anyhow, just represents one student. And I know all of these students here who raised their hand there, and I'm going to brag a little bit about our choir. Mr. Myers, what do you do in your spare time?
I judge Army and music contests around the state. I have 7 assignments this year.
Does anybody say anything about Newark Choir?
Yeah, top notch.
Top notch.
Very
Known
well
around the
respected.
state.
They're very well respected just by name.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I wanted you guys to know that, and how much we appreciate your leadership. And as we say, hey, we're more than just basketball around the state. People know our choir and band program. So let's give them a hand. And thank you, Mr. Nutt. All right, so now we have a soloist. You're going to get that piano put away quick, right? So, as I mentioned before, each month we have a sponsor. We're very fortunate in our school district to have wonderful agencies in Licking County and Newark, and also businesses that step out and support our school district and our children. And today I'm going to ask Marion and Phil if you'd come up front. Please. From that standpoint, let's give the Kiwanis group a hand. I'll let you guys make some comments about the Kiwanis Club. Keep them 45 minutes. And
Thank you, Mr. Ute. I appreciate that. Great to follow the swing choir. I was actually commenting to Phil. They're kind enough to come to our Kiwanis Club meetings every December and do a Christmas program. And this was the first time I ever heard the swing choir not do a Christmas song. But they were very, very good. Not that I expected them not to be, but fantastic and such a wonderful example of the great things that Newark City Schools are doing. We're certainly proud of everyone here and happy to be here, honored to be here. As Mr. Ute was saying, I'm Marion Royster. I'm the president this year of the Newark Kiwanis Club. Mr. Phil Fry, he actually is our vice president. So he actually is third in line to be president after our president next year, who will be Mr. Seth Roy, who's behind the cameras and probably too important to come out here and rumble along like we are. But a lot of you might be here wondering, what is Kiwanis? Why in the heck should you care what we have to say? Kiwanis it's an international service organization focused on improving the world by helping the children of the world, one child and one community at a time. So we are an international organization, believe it or not, world headquartered in Indianapolis, Indiana, but represented in pretty much every continent on the globe. Our club here in Newark was actually started in 1918. So we actually are celebrating our 100-year anniversary this year, so we're very, very proud of that. You may be familiar with some of our annual fundraisers. As Mr. Eat was alluding to, we host the New York Strawberry Festival every year. It's a huge production, but we're happy to do it. It allows us to raise thousands of dollars for our various service projects that we do in the community. We also have a Pancake Day, which is coming up on February 24th at the Grove by the river off Hollander Street. So if you like pancakes and like all you can eat pancakes, please feel free to come by and support us on February 24th. Just a couple of our major projects. The majority of all of our proceeds that we raise goes towards Camp O'Bannon, which a lot of you may be familiar with. That's our major service project. It is a summer camp for underprivileged youth. They do fantastic work there. We're very proud of that camp and some of all of our staff that works there. Ted Cobb, who is actually a Kiwanis member as well, runs the camp, does a fantastic job. Also, we sponsor the Key Club. Some of you may be familiar with that. Some of the students in the room actually may be members of the Key Club. If you're not, I encourage you to become a part or look into it. It's a service organization for high school students. And they do a fantastic job, fantastic work too. We are very, very proud of the Key Club that we sponsor for Newark High School and for Newark Catholic High School, by the way. But great kids, doing great things, and gaining great experience also in service, and you'll be able to take that as you go forward in life, those experiences. So I could go on and on. I'll wrap there. Phil, you have anything?
That was very well said.
You're president either way, so you don't have to butter me up in a couple of years. Well, I'll just end by saying congratulations to all the students here. We're very, very proud of you. Thank you to all the parents here in the room for raising such spectacular children. Really the future of our community, and we're very, very proud of it. In there, I see some...
Our students have a card for you. Please share that with your club. And we want you to know, as members of Kiwanis, how much we appreciate the support, not just from the schools, but our community in general. I mean, there's a lot of wonderful folks in Kiwanis doing a lot of great things. So thank you. Let's give them a hand. There you go. Great job. Great job, man.
Thank you.
Okay, before we recognize our students, we're going to kind of go around the room here and point out some folks here in the school district that keep things rolling every day. And today, you know, I think everybody's kind of tired, students, because you actually have a full day today, right? No sleeping in and those things. So, yeah, actually, yesterday might have been the first day that my phone didn't ring at 4:30 in the morning. The first guy I'll introduce that calls me at 4:30 in the morning, we're Mr. Shively, who's our director of non-certified employees. So he's in charge of our buildings, our cafeterias, and our buses. Three things there, and this time of year, his staff does a tremendous job. It takes about 8 hours to clear our parking lots for our staff, and plus just the responsibility of making sure our buildings are heated up and we have safe pathways to school and those kind of things. So, Mark, we appreciate everything that you do. So let's give Mark a hand. Tammy Brown, first now, I want you to really give her a good hand here, because this is #1 for her. And Gloria Wilson, who's ran this thing for 20-some years, easily, is on a cruise today. How about that? Good for her. Today, tomorrow, all next week too. She took a 13-day cruise. But one thing she told me when she said, "Hey, do you mind if I take off there?" And she said, "Oh, I better not take off. I better not do a thing because we got Citizen of the Month." I was like, "Take off and go on a cruise." Her first one she missed, but Tammy's got that shoulder of responsibility. Gloria will watch the tape and make sure Tammy did everything. Hi, Gloria. And then we'll do that. So let's give Tammy a hand. Or Vicki go? Oh, Vicki changed over here. Vicki Howe at the high school does many things for us there, also helps us, so thank you, Vicki. Let's give Vicki a hand, please. Over here we have our cafeteria supervisor. Todd is in charge of feeding How many lunches we do? Close to 5,000 lunches, close to 5,000 breakfasts. Right now. Yeah, and I will tell you this, Newark City Schools, named by the Hunger Alliance, the breakfast program of the year in the state of Ohio. Let's give Todd a hand for his work. We have our new treasurer. He's not really new anymore. You've been here a few months now. And again, you know, as I told you earlier with our choir, we had a similar situation where, you know, God bless Jeff Anderson, our treasurer, had passed away about 1 year ago this month. And so and Jeff was a tremendously good man and a good treasurer. And so our board went out and searched for a new treasurer, did a wonderful job, and we were able to get Julio away from Gehanna schools to come this way. And he's got a wealth of knowledge and experience, and he's a good person and really cares about our kids. So welcome, Julio. And Barbara Quackenbush here, who grew up in Newark, went to school in Newark, went away for a few years, not many, as a teacher at Northern Local, came back here as a principal, and Barb's in however many years here as our director of personnel / many things in our district. It's a wonderful lady and has done a tremendous job. So thank you, Barbara, for Amy Norman, our Director of Technology. One of the things that our board has committed to over the years is making sure our students have the hardware, the software, plus the network to go along with it. I know under Amy's leadership, technology is a hard thing to keep up with. It's just changing all the time. And it wasn't long ago that we were talking, our big talk was every child should have a device. Now every child has 5 devices. Bring your cell phones, or what do you got in your pocket today? Cell phone and no watch, or well, the Apple Watch or anything. Yeah, see how many steps are you walking, that kind of stuff. So, in any event, let's thank Amy for what she has. No, I'm probably going to forget somebody looking around the table. So, Ms. Horgan over here, who's our Director of Curriculum and Professional Development, an area that I really think has really grown over the last 6 or 7 years since Moore has been in that position. Keeping up with all the new things that go on in education. Very sharp person, plus a very good person. So thank you, Moore, for what. Oh, right in front. Oh, that's where I saw you. I knew I saw you. Representing our Student Services Department. Nicole's a graduate of Newark. Went down in the sun a little bit. A little bit. Came back. To work in our district, and Mindy's out at a parent meeting, I think, and Nicole. So thank you, Nicole, for what you do. Appreciate it. Now I'll start talking, and they'll point to somebody. I forgot. So who did I forget before I go to the board members? Seth. Oh, Seth Roy here. Yeah. Seth likes to hide at this because all you parents that get that 5, 10 wake-up call in the morning, and you know, Seth's like, you want to make that? No, Seth, you can make that call. That's fine, because nobody's too excited to get that call at 5. And we do inform you as early as possible, so we don't want to wait till 6 o'clock or 6:30 and that. And so Seth's had a busy couple weeks, but Seth was a writer for the Newark Advocate at one time, covered the school stuff, so a lot of you recognize that. And now you probably know that Seth is a social media genius out there. I think you are, because I'm way down level line. But let's thank Seth for what he does. Thank you. Then a quiet guy standing behind the camera here. I always point this out because I've talked to you about programs. One of the fastest growing programs we have in our district right now is our TV and media group here. Matt Dunham standing behind that takes care of that. Kids, if you'd like to film or edit, or we have Mr. Carr sitting back there that you're the assistant in that department, I think. I see you at everything in there. But it is a growing program for us. We had to redefine it. And we asked Mr. Dunham to take that over. He's really done a fantastic job. So thank Matt for what he's all over it. Okay. And then I'll ask Warren Weber to come up front, if you would. I'm recognizing a few board members in here. Warren is not new to the community. Many of you recognize Warren, I'm sure, because Warren's been a community leader for well over 20 years, and he has been a school board member now for 2 years. And there his kids graduated from Newark, and his grandkids, one of them graduated from Newark, and you got one going to go preschool, or already in preschool. Already in preschool. In any event, Warren is retired from the service. And so we thank you for your service, Warren. And Warren came to Newark, Ohio after that and put down roots. And he's been on various boards in the community. And we're thankful he's on our school board. So thank you, Warren. Appreciate your you know your spot. Yes, exactly. We have another school board member in here today, but he's a dad today. Okay, he's our school board president, Mr. Tim Carr, back there, the Reverend Carr. Tim, would you please stand up? Tim's been on the board for quite a while. Good man, got good kids, married to a very good math teacher, and very good 7th grade basketball coach in our district. So let's thank the Carr family because they... Okay, here comes the part, good leaders, that we stand on this paw print right here. Now, Mr. Ute does not get ruffled too often, all right? But it will ruffle me today if I'm standing back there and you don't stand on the paw print, okay? Just something that drives me crazy. 2 feet, I did that last month. I'm going to call you out, Mr. Bowman. I emphasize, stand on that paw print. We need good leaders. First person that steps up, our high school principal, and he stood over here. And I about went over and tackled him and put him on the thing. Mr. Bowman, when you lead today, please get both feet on the paw print. Yeah. He's a good leader.
Message received.
Paw print, we're going to look right in that camera. And I say this, I'm sweating up here, man. I am sweating because I get nervous talking in front of people. All right? I'd rather not talk in front of people. I get nervous. So I just take a deep breath. And I'll be over here telling you, paw print, deep breath, tell us who you are. We figured out, Matt, and we talked, Tim always says at our board meetings, a couple million viewers on Channel 19 out there. Yeah. About 2 million, Tim says. So 2 million people get to hear who you are. And so when we step up here, we tell them, who am I? You notice I had a young lady step up there and tell them who you are. Look in the camera, tell us who you are. Tell us who you brought. Mom, dad, grandma, aunt, friend. And then tell us what you like to do in school and out of school. Okay, it's your moment to shine on TV. You should take advantage of that because the Newark City Schools has a lot of great kids. And I always say it's a great time to be a cat because I believe that. It's a great time to be a cat. But in reality, raise your hand if you graduate from Newark City Schools. It's always been a great time to be a cat, correct? We have a gentleman speaking at our graduation this year. Admiral Roy Kelly is a 1980 graduate of the Newark City Schools. He's an admiral in the Navy, running the Atlantic Fleet. He's in charge of the Atlantic Fleet. And when I saw he graduated in 1980, I said, man, I graduated in 1980. I got to get going, man. That guy's running the Atlantic Fleet. Right out of Newark, Ohio. Right out of Newark City Schools. So it's always been a great time. I think that's special. Isn't that something? And he agreed to come speak at our graduation. So we're really excited about that. It's a great time now, but it's always been. We've got a lot of great people out in the world doing a lot of great things. So we're very thankful for that. Some of them teach right in our district here. Right, TJ? Yep. TJ right out of the Newark City Schools. Okay, so high school is going to lead us off. So Mr. Bowman, if you'd walk the leaders up front. No pressure at all. Great leader. Look at him follow. I think we probably ought to look at a new group leading this next. Just kidding, Tom. As Mr. Bowman brings his group up front, I will tell you, in the school world, people say that your district goes as your high school goes. And our high school goes pretty good with the leadership of Mr. Bowman up there and all the programs and all our children. So, Tom, we thank you for your leadership. Thank you, sir.
while watching.
You're good.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Kiwanis, again for sponsoring this, and in particular with all the help you've done with us at the high school with our youth club. So we do appreciate your support there. Congratulations to all the students here today and their parents. I look forward to working with you in the upcoming years, as long as I remain here on this small print. We are going to lead off with our Citizen of the Month, our freshman, Mr. Garrett Cashner.
Okay. Okay, hi, I'm Garrett Kashner. This is my dad, Herb, and my mom, Deanna. Outside of school, I like to play sports. I play football, soccer, I bowl, and play baseball, and I also do band. So.
All right, now we'll start with our lead off next with our 10th grade recipient, Mr. Andrew Carr.
Hi, I'm Drew Carr. This is my dad, Tim, and my mom, Laura. Outside of school, I like to edit and film with Mr. Dunham. We do a lot of basketball, football highlights. Check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/podcatnewsnet. The free plug. But we have some really cool stuff. It's cool to see. We just started the new semester, so to see the freshmen and other people that are coming in for the first year, to see how they like it. So, yeah.
And our 11th grade representative, Barbara Tyler.
Hi, I'm Barbara Tylers. Outside of school, well, actually, inside of school, I'm involved in swim, and I do a lot of things with theater. I'm in Key Club and National Honor Society, and I'm on quiz team. Oh, and this is my dad.
We'll finish up with our senior leadership, Jamie Unchenier.
I'm Jimmy Engineer. I'm a senior at Newark. I brought my dad with me. I'm involved in Student Council, Honor Society, and volleyball.
And Mr. Bowman was a fine example here, so I'm on the road, we're good to go. I'm Diane Henry. I'm principal at Liberty Middle School. Thank you, Kiwanis, for giving us our program today. And thank you, parents and family members who are here. Without your support, your students would not be the quality students they are. So thank you for your support. All right, representing Liberty Middle School, we have, first of all, our 6th grade student, Faye Bain.
Hi, my name is Faye Bain. This is my mom. And outside of school, I like to play video games, mostly Legend of Zelda. And inside of school, I like to play band and percussion.
And here from our 7th grade group, we have Olivia Dustin.
Hi, I'm Olivia Dustin. This is my dad, Matt, and my mom, Jamie. Inside school, I do running club, yearbook club, and cheerleading. And outside of school, I do dance at Pies Dance Center.
And last but not least, we have our 8th grade representative, Grant Summers.
I'm Grant Summers. I brought my dad, TJ, and my mom, Megan. Inside of school, I like to do math, and outside of school, I like to play basketball, hunt, and fish.
Hello, I'm Rick Neighbors. I'm the student advocate at Wilson Middle School. Mr. Davis couldn't be here today, so it's my honor today to get to introduce our representatives. So starting with the 6th grade, Mr. Jaden Collier.
out with me today, my grandma Mary, and my mom Michelle. Inside school, I really like language arts and art, and I play clarinet and band. I've been Citizen of the Month once before last year, and outside of school, I like to do like crafty things and stuff like that.
And now representing our 7th grade, Miss Macy Hunter.
I'm Macy Hunter, and outside of school I like to go skating, and then inside of school I like art and orchestra. I play the violin. This is my mom, and this is my dad.
And representing the 8th grade from Wilson Middle School, Miss Celia Powers.
I'm Celia Powers. I am in 8th grade, and inside of school I do orchestra, pre-engineering, and Interact Club, which is where we do things for the society. And outside of school, I dance at Arnita's. And this is my mom, Rachel.
Good afternoon, I'm Brent Fickus, principal at Heritage Middle School. Congratulations to everybody. I tried to get the superintendent's attention to do it on purpose, but he wasn't paying attention. Congratulations to everybody. Thanks to the Kiwanis. Appreciate your support. Got 3 great kids with me today. I'd like to start with our 6th grader. Representative would be Tyler Flint. Tyler, if you would come on up.
Hello, my name is Tyler Flint. I brought with here today my mom, Anita, and my grandma, Betty. Inside of school, I like to do math and band, and outside of school, I like to do baseball and basketball.
Okay, now our 7th grade representative is Megan Gilbert.
Hi, my name is Megan Gilbert, and here with me today is my dad, Steve, and my mom, Heather. Inside of school, I do STEM Fest, pre-engineering, and outside of school, I do basketball and soccer, and I like to do snowboarding.
And finally, our 8th grade representative is Gage Jackson.
Hi, my name is Gage Jackson, and this is my mom, Chrissy. And inside of school, I like to do pre-engineering and algebra, and outside of school, I like to play soccer all year long.
I feel like standing over here too to just see if they catch sight that he's not paying attention. Hi, I'm Linda Neighbors. I'm the principal at John Clem Elementary. Kiwanis, are they still? I don't. Oh, there they are. Thank you guys. Appreciate this. It's one time that I get to sit down and actually enjoy a wonderful meal with the wonderful kids. So appreciate you sponsoring it. Parents, thank you. Every day you are taking time with these kids and being very supportive and loving and having high expectations. That's huge. That's why they are making the decisions they are. So thank you for the things that you are doing for them. I have 2 wonderful kids that I'd like to introduce. The first one is Aiden Burrows. He is our 4th grade representative. Aiden.
Hi, my name is Aiden Burrows, and today I brought my mom and my dad. In school, I love doing math, and then outside of school, I love playing video games.
And our 5th grade representative is Caitlin Carpenter.
My name is Caitlin, and in school I do Student Leadership Council, and outside of school I do piano, and I brought my grandma.
Mr. Myers.
Good afternoon. I'm Nick Myers, the principal of Hillview Elementary. I want to thank the Newark Kiwanis again for all of their support, taking care of things today, and thank all the parents for these wonderful kids that we're recognizing. I have two outstanding kids from Hillview. This month they were selected by the art, music, phys ed, and library teachers in the building. They kind of took January. So these students were selected by that group of teachers. And I want to recognize, first of all, our 4th grade representative, Mariah Whitaker.
My name is Mariah Whitaker, and I'm a golfer at Blacklick, and this is my uncle and my mom.
And our 5th grade representative, Meher Wolfton.
Hi, my name is Meher Wolfter, and I brought my dad, Steve, and my mom, Artie. Inside of school, I like to do reading and running club, and outside of school, I do basketball, softball, and volleyball.
And now, Mrs. Cooper.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. I'm Ellen Cooper, the principal at Luncheon Elementary, so happy to be here today. And another thank you to Kiwanis. We appreciate everything you do in the community and for sponsoring the luncheon here for us today and our wonderful students that we're recognizing. I have two students to introduce to you from Luncheon Elementary. First is our 4th grade representative. Her name is Alexia Shannon, and she will introduce her guests and tell us a little bit about herself.
Hi, my name is Alexia Shannon. Here I have attending with me is my grandma, Mary Fran Shannon, and my mom, Amber Shannon. Outside of school, I like to do dance at Joan Garrett Dance Arts, and inside of school, I like to do math and science.
Thank you, Alexia. I was sitting next to Mrs. Shannon, Alexia's grandmother, and she is a retired teacher, taught for 40 years, 39 of them at Wilson Middle School, so as an intervention specialist and math teacher, so we're happy to have her here today. Our 5th grade representative from Legend is Olivia Neville. Olivia, she has guests to introduce and things to tell.
Hi, my name is Olivia Neville. I brought my mom, Tara, and my dad, Chris. Inside of school, I like to do math. And outside of school, I do Girl Scouts, drama, and volleyball.
McGuffey's next.
Hi, I'm Cindy Baker, and I'm the principal at McGuffey Elementary. I'd like to thank Mr. Oyster and Mr. Fry for sponsoring us today. Do I get a good little, there it is, all right. I was watching you guys do all your little waves. It's nice. I have two wonderful students with me today. Both gentlemen, however, enter the building every morning, and they're one of the first ones in the building, and they never come in alone. They always have someone with them. One has a younger sister, and one has an older sister. So what I did today is I talked to each of their sisters, which they didn't know about, and asked, why do you think your brothers were Citizen of the Month? And our first student, who is Noah Keene, his little sister said, well, it's probably because he's good with math and writing. And I said, are you proud of him? And she's like, well, yeah, he helps me with everything. He helps everybody. So Noah Keene.
Hello, I'm Noah Keene, and here with me today is my dad and my mom. Inside of school, I like to do math and social studies. Outside of school, I am involved in soccer and football.
And our 5th grade representative is Drew Gostro, and his sister said that probably the reason that he got it is because he is kind to everyone. And I said, well, are you proud of him for that? She's like, yeah, because when he follows the directions, I don't have to yell at him.
My name is Drew. I'm here with my dad, Andy, my mom, Tracy. In school, I like to do math and prodigy. Outside of school, I like to do sports, basketball, football, and baseball.
Good afternoon, my name is Dina K.
Gable, and I'm the principal at Ben Franklin Elementary, and thanks to Kiwanis and Food Service for the great lunch today. My 4th grade representative is Ava Kircher, and you will never catch this girl without a smile.
Hi, my name is Ava, and my mom came with me. Inside of school, I like to do Panther Corral and read, and outside of school, I like to do gymnastics and look for bugs.
Hi everyone, I'm Julie Elwell, principal of Carson Elementary. Thank you parents for all of your work. It truly does take a village to get these kids making such great decisions and being such good citizens, so thank you. Thank you Mr. Royster and Mr. Fry and the rest of Rotary back there. Mr. Fry and I went to Wilson together. Kiwanis, I'm sorry. Kiwanis, sorry. You're all good people. Mr. Fry and I went to Wilson together and graduated from New York High School together. Good to know I was such a good influence on you, Phil. So. Anyway, we have 2 great girls here with us today. Our 4th grade representative is Layla Turnbaugh. Come on up, Layla. And I too asked some of their classmates what are some of the qualities about these girls that helped them be selected as our Citizens of the Month for this month. And what they said about Layla is, and their arms shot up. I mean, I couldn't even get to the things they were saying as fast as they were sharing things. But I'll have to narrow it down to some of the first ones that I heard. And they said that you're a good friend, you show kindness, and you have a loving heart. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
Hi, my name is Layla Turnbull, and I brought here today my grandma Connie and my grandpa Jeff, and what I like to do in school is math, reading, and writing. And what I like to do out of school is sometimes math and reading and gymnastics. Thank you.
Our 5th grade representative is Miho Gillespie. Come on up, Miho, family. They had lots of good things to say about Miho as well, and she's very involved in other things at Carson, like our Carson Choir. We always get to see her up on the stage performing. But some of the things they said about you was that you're a good listener, you're a good friend, and you're very helpful.
Hi, I'm Miho Gillespie, and I brought my dad and my mom, and I am in character council and choir, and I like math in school. And that's some of the things I do out of school, as I like to skate and I do karate.
Coleman?
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. My name is Chet Coleman. I'm a very proud principal at Cherry Valley Elementary. And I'd also like to thank Kiwanis, Mr. Royster, and Mr. Fry. Mr. Fry had at least one student go through Cherry Valley, and very proud of that also. So thank you, Mr. Fry. And I have 2 outstanding students here at Cherry Valley that I'd like to recognize today. And at Cherry Valley, we say we want all of our students to take responsibility, show respect, and have a good attitude so that they will be successful. And these 2 students just are outstanding examples of that. Our 4th grade representative today is Miss Macy Dunlap. She's going to introduce herself and tell who she brought with her today.
Hi, I'm Macy Dunlap, and this is my dad Matt and my mom Amber. In school, I like doing math and reading, and outside of school, I like doing Girl Scouts. And okay, I wanted to tell them that I am the Little Miss Strawberry.
Our 5th grade representative today is Mr. Jaquel Purrier, and he's going to introduce himself and who's brought with him today.
I'm Jaquel. I brought my older sister Lena and my little brother Kamani and my sister inside school, I like doing math and science. Outside of school, I like doing sports like football and basketball.
And I have to put in a plug for the little ones there. They sat back there this whole time and been respectful and sat very still and doing an outstanding job. So we have some future citizens of the month coming from the Furrier family as well. So thank you. Have a good day.
Give our students a round of applause. Great job of making it to the paw print. You're really good at that. Tell why you're in the room, although somebody had their feet a little bit off of it. And I watched Dad, he was behind, he kept looking at me. I wasn't really going to go tackle him. He was ready to protect, I think. He was going to step in there. But great job. You can see why our students have made it in here today, and I keep emphasizing as they talk, look how involved they are and active. Keep that going through your educational career here. A lot of opportunities for you in our school district. And an engaged student is a far better student and person. And so we're really proud of everybody in this room. And I'll tell you this too, raise your hand if you're a mom, dad, grandma, or grandpa and you're proud in this room today. Raise it high if you're really proud. As I've said before, it's more than just good grades. It's a lot more than that. It's what Mrs. Quackenbush and I talk about a lot is she's getting ready to go out and recruit good teachers to come in our district. We never say, hey Barbara, we should get the smartest ones. I want to just look at their grades and that. We talk to them about being good teammates and how they treat others and getting up and coming in with a good attitude every day. And that's the folks that we have working in our district with our children. And they're not here because they're out with those children, but we do appreciate everything they do. Before we wrap up today, I do want our principals to stand if they would, please. That's your building. Rick, that would be you representing there. We got Rick Neighbors that said he's a student advocate in our building, and our Board of Education a couple years ago made a commitment to put a person in each building, and we call them student advocates to help our middle school buildings to help that. We are very fortunate. Rick is a retired principal, middle school principal who retired, and he happens to be married to another Neighbors who's a principal in this district, so we were able to keep him close to home and those kind of things. And to have a person with Rick's background in a building, middle school building, is very valuable to us. But this group as a whole, as you look around standing here, they're good people. Number one, that care about kids is why their buildings are so successful. And I really appreciate, I'm telling you, this group of folks standing, they're 24/7. And I do mean that. They are taking care of their kids and families in their building. And so let's give them a hand. We appreciate everything. And then as we go around, I want to talk to our children about the reason you're in this room. The reason I'm in this room is because, I keep telling my mom, I'm going to bring you down to Citizen of the Lunch. What you want me to come down there for? I want to show you off a little bit. She said, I don't want that. My mother is a school bus driver in the Lexington School District up in Richland County, and she's in year 48 driving school bus. I retired after 34 years and said, I want to retire because I'll just drive when I want to drive. She drove 97% of the days last year, and she's driving today up there. And but I bring her up because I appreciate the upbringing that I had with my mother and my grandparents and those folks that if I stepped left to center a little bit, my mom had 3 boys by the time she was 21. She knew how to use her hand in the back of your head a little bit to step you back in line, so to speak. She never really laid a hand on me, but I didn't want her to. So, but anyhow, I appreciate at my age now. I look back on why I'm in the room, why I'm where I'm at today. And it's because of the house I grew up in and the values that I learned. And so I do appreciate that. And so students, you're in here today because you're good people. You're in here today because you have good leadership in your building, your principals. But you're really in here today because you have someone at home that cares about you and is teaching you how to treat others. And I could ask Mr. Fry, who's a real estate agent back there. Mr. Royce, are you a Park National? Park National Bank person back there. Are those qualities you look for when you're hiring people in your job? Is what kind of people they are, how they treat others, and treat others with respect, and those type of things. And so your parents and grandparents are teaching you that. And being a grandparent of 5, in July I got 6. I went sled riding Sunday night. You know, they take Grandpa along because I've got some that are a year and a half, and I get to carry them back up the hill to the others, and then go back down the hill and wait on them and carry them back up. And I was informed Sunday night that I'm going to be the grandparent of 7 now. So we're really excited in our family, but nothing. Grandma, you're sitting there, and I know, where's the grandparents at in the room? Where is it? Are you excited that you're in this room? I bet you are. Nothing would make me happier than to do something like this with one of my grandchildren, and so neat stuff. And I know the parents are excited too. But here's what we don't do enough of. Whenever I end up out in front of a building, and you know, when you drop your children off, Cherry Valley, Mr. Coleman ever outside welcoming kids into the building? You better say yes, because he better be out there. He is, isn't he? You say yes, he is every day. Harry, I'm going to trip on this stupid thing. One person's going to get me. Harry, you ever seen Mr. Fickus outside? Welcome in. One of the things I see when I'm out there is, you know, when the kids get out of the car, hey, tell your mom you love her. Don't do that enough. So we're going to do a little exercise in here today, children. I'm going to ask you to do something. Let me do this. How about this family? Step right up here. Mom and Dad, everybody, step up here. I know a little bit about this family. I see them out there. You got good grandparents too, don't you? Yeah. They support you guys a lot. You ever tell them you love them? Yes, you do. So I want you to tell your dad and your mom you love them now and give them both a hug. Tell them you appreciate them. Yeah. Oh, good. Give your mom a 2-armed hug. There you go. There you go. Thank you for doing that. So right now, take the time at your table. Look your mom and dad in the eye. Tell them you love them, you appreciate them. And give them a hug. No. You got to stand up. Not that hard. Stand up. Look them in the eye. There you go. Good job. Good job. There you go.
That's our saying.
Parents and grandparents, help me out. You like that? You like that when you get a hug and a kiss? Good stuff. Don't forget to do that more often. It shouldn't be. You should have popped right up. It should just be natural to you to do that. And students, I'm going to just tell you something. You are lucky to have the people to the right and to the left of you in this room. So don't forget that. And don't forget every now and then, not when you want a nice shiny bike to run down the store, or a car, the high school table, or something. Nothing makes us happier than that. Also, there's another group in here that I want you to give a hug to, or knuckles, and tell them you appreciate it. I want you to tell your principal you appreciate it. You would, please. Stand up, walk over to your principal, give him a hug. There you go. Good hugs over there, Gary. Yeah. All right, so, you know, we do that every month because you should appreciate students. We're building principal. You know, I'm a former high school principal, and I used to just really, it got under my nerves a little bit when a parent would say, "Oh, I hope you don't see my child." And I said, "Hey, I don't want to see the." In reality, I had 600 students in the building. 599 of them were great. We're great. I'll take a hug from any of them. There's one in there just you stay away from. But the rest of them, I'll take a hug from that way. You don't want to just see the problems. Because our problems in this district are like that, and our successes are like that. And we want to celebrate those things, but I'm trying to get across to you, don't forget how lucky you are to have somebody care about you and somebody love you. And parents, don't you forget how lucky you are to be in this room and what your child does when they get out of the car. Because our philosophy here is we talk about all the time. When parents or grandparents drop their children off at school, they want to go about their day knowing that their child is having a good day. That's why we ask people to be out front, welcoming in, nice welcoming environment. That's our philosophy in this district. We want you to go have a good day and not worry about your child from that standpoint. And you can also know this, your children are treating others with respect, because children, don't forget, your friends, how many of your friends need a hug and a good word every morning out there that might not get it other places. So good stuff. All right, it is 16 till 1 o'clock. By 10 till, you'll be sitting in math class, or yeah, you got that, didn't you? You know that. Hey.